We finally won a game. Yes. Yes. It took forever having to go through the spells of the who up quarterback, who's whoing, and even a couple games of Tua coming back not being able to pull it out. But we got to win against the Rams, and we wasn't prolific on offense, but we did a good amount on offense. Had enough big plays, got your playmakers a little bit involved, but really it was the defense really shutting down the Rams, which kind of can normal. I was like, hardly a time I can really say that. I was like, it's been a struggle, just because I was like, the pass rush isn't there. Because we're over here. We're not even doing band-aids at this point. We're over here just being like, put some dirt on it. And that's pretty much how it is right there. I was like, Ramsey, I was like, didn't really get thrown out, but the couple times he did. I mean, hey, look, I was like, they got Puka and they got Coop, so, but the defense really gets a game ball here just because they was able to. I was like, whatever. I was like, all the stuff they were calling up work from the pass rush and the coverage of them, disguising the blitzes. I was like, it worked, and to be honest, yeah, we probably. I was like, don't get me wrong, we was in the games with Buffalo and stuff, but I was like, that's sort of the game where you kind of just need like that extra play or whatever like that, So look, we got done. We got done through a committee. That's what we did. I was like, they was up in their face. They was tipping balls or whatever. I was like, they played a really good defensive game that really gave us a chance, because I was like, the offense wasn't just shooting all on fire cylinders, grilling. It just what I was like, it just wasn't really there. Like, don't get me wrong, there'd be hints, there'd be times of it. Waddle had a really good game, especially or whatever. But I was like, and a couple of balls to Odell, and I was like, Tyreek got a couple here, but I was like, but it's nothing. It's nothing what we like used to or anything like that, where it's just like, oh my God, 2 in the offense is going off. But we got to win. I was like, also, since I haven't done none of the previous games and nothing like that, because we were losing, and especially when it was another quarterback, I was like, I'm not doing this here. But I was like, Tua, for the love of God, stop. I swear, I understand now that he's going to be in the spotlight now, kind of concussion and stuff like that. But at the same time, the stuff that he's been doing in the spotlight, it kind of like the week before when he took off on like that 10 or so yard run, and I was like, you heard the commentator being like, oh my God. I ain't gonna lie, I was over there too. I was like, please just go out of bounds. And he went out of bounds. And I'm like, all right. And then, but I was like, he still keeps kind of doing stuff that I was like, I get it, you're a football player, but now it seemed like somebody in the script are telling you like, all right, we're going to keep having you do things for emotional, to bring the people in, and then they feel a sigh of relief. We're going to do this every game. Because in this game, I was like, he had to stop a big ass dude while being on the sideline. Just sheep herd him to the sideline. That's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta go underneath. I was like, oh my God, this dude is constantly doing things. And the crazy thing is, at least with the running and stuff like that he don't normally do anyway, that I feel like it's like, okay, trying to he can run, but that's not even close to being like that's a thought of his game. I was like, for him to do that, that's like, okay, you're doing a lot. But I'm like, that's the one thing that when I was like that, a defender coming towards you, and for you to just like basically through a pick, whatever, you like it's fine if you just move out the way. Like we've all talked about that. I mean, you can sort of act like you're in the play like a little bit like but anyway, other than him trying to give us a heart attack, yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna touch that one, but anyway, I think that we can run the table. To be honest, I was like, I do. I was like looking at the schedule. I think the Raiders are next. I was like, we could get that one. The Patriots are next, and they're playing. I was like, they are playing better and stuff like that, but they could be had. I was like, and then I think it's the Jets. We seen they doo ass. They could be had. I was like, and we got them twice. Guess what? By the end of the year, they ain't gonna be over here playing for really nothing. They gonna be trying to save Aaron Rodgers' juices all they can. Then we got the Browns, and I was like, their defense, but I was like, we ain't got to worry about that offense. I was like, only tough one, the two tough ones is the Packers and the Texans, but both of them can be had. We've seen how the Packers have looked, how Jordan Love has to still have to correct some of his giving the ball away, and C.J. Stroud, even though I was like he played better in the Lions game, but he's still sort of being had. I was like, by then they should probably have their defense there. Nico will probably be back by then. So I was like, it could be one of them games that probably is like a shootout in a way. But I was like, all those games can be had. And to be honest, if all the games can be won and say the tough ones, I was like probably maybe the Texans and maybe Packers or maybe just one of those divisional games. They can run the table. Their offense is good enough to run the table, and if their offense is on, then their defense doesn't have to struggle. I would like to try to play these type of games to basically keep the game low. Because I was like, I don't think you're going to do that with all these teams or whatever. But looking at some of their quarterback stuff like that, those will be the only two teams. I was like, the first Jets one maybe, but second Jets is I was like, this is a divisional game. That's all I'm saying. But yeah. Shout out to them Dolphins. Got that win. And hey, I was like, we about to run this table. That's what we going to go with. Anyway, till next game. Peace. I'm out.